What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and today I want to give you guys my thoughts on this update. And just straight off the get-go, guys, the update felt kind of meh to me, kind of bland, right? Like, it was pretty awesome seeing like all three of these guys right here get really big upgrades. And honestly, I mean, like, as far as Captain America, like, I feel like he's really the best one out of all three of these. I feel like he got the most, especially whenever you can combine it with the fact that you can actually get an artifact for him. Now, I know this is a massive RNG factor right here, but the fact that you can actually give this guy an artifact that can give him an extra 20% to his damage, I mean, that's crazy, guys. And the decreased damage received, that just makes him even stronger than what he is. And the fact that he's a free-to-play character, everybody can get. He doesn't cost a lot of CCF or a lot of resources to level up or even have a tier 3. Makes him really the best amongst all of these, because Hyperion, he was a paywall. And honestly, I mean, Hyperion's really good, but he doesn't seem to perform as well as what we'd like him to in World Boss Legend, at least from the videos that I've seen. And he's just kind of awkward because of his damage accumulation based on damage he takes to play, especially with a proc when you're try to take damage whenever you're doing the tier 3. But his leadership is amazing, and that's pretty much why people are probably going to end up tier 3 in this guy, unless they're using him in PvP. And then Wolverine, unfortunately, guys, I really feel like Wolverine just got the shaft. Like, I mean, not the shaft. I mean, look, he's a lot better than what he was, and I am happy with the uniform to a point, right? I'm still going to do the comparison between Captain America and Wolverine on ABX Day, probably with both of them using a CTP of Judgment. But even that, whenever you like play them in World Boss, like, we've seen what Captain America could do, right? A character that costs 800 CCF versus a character that costs 1200 CCF, and Captain America destroys him. He destroys him, guys. He is much stronger in World Boss Legend. Not in ABX. I think they're pretty neck and neck, but I mean, if you have that artifact with Captain America, I think that might push him ahead. And I just feel like Wolverine just, once again, I don't want to, it's not a fail. It's not a fail. But it's a letdown. It's a letdown. Well, to some people, it might be a fail. And it's just, one thing, it's always this thing with Netmarble, and it really frustrates a lot of us Marvel fans because, we see our favorite characters and we want them to get love, especially a character that's had so many uniforms, man. The last 3 uniforms, well, now counting this one here, the last 3 were really duds, and this one here at least gives him some relevance. At least we can use him in ABX. At least he's strong enough in World Boss to play. And I try to look at it from that side, as the bright side of things. At least I can enjoy the character. I've been using him, in Stage 9 World Boss Legends. But honestly, compared to my other characters that I use in Stage 9, he's pretty weak, really. Compared to them, he just is, and it sucks. We did that comparison with Moon Knight, and that was pretty disappointing. Now, something that they did in the update that I really loved was in the inventory with the upgrade system. And I really liked how they organized all of this. And I really like how we can convert all of our resources, right? We can convert. Now, this is just artifacts. We'll get to that. But I like how we can convert all of our resources, which is pretty nice, man. We can get these little card slots right here, or these boost comic cards, or boost obelisk to level up other obelisk or other cards or whatever, and it just saves a lot of inventory. So I really love this change. And then we get into the artifact system, and the artifact system, honestly, the system isn't bad at all. Like, I think it's really awesome that it's very free to play, that you can come in here and you can actually spend gold and get some artifacts, that you get a free pull every single day, that you're going to be able to farm up a bunch of celestial essence so that way you can do pulls in here. I actually think all that's pretty good. The problem with it, however, is that, you can farm for those things in story mission. And guys, listen, man, I don't know about you, but I saw that Cynic Alex put up shots. Cynic Alex said he had, over like a couple thousand celestial essence, and he must have farmed the living hell out of timeline survival to be able to do that, because I'm playing it every day and I got around 500, so maybe I'm just slacking and I need to play a little bit more. But wow, I just thought, oh my God. And the thing is, none of the artifacts are really that relevant, except for, I'd say really Captain America is probably the most relevant for me as a PvE player to really increase my ABX scores. But the chances of you getting level 5 or level 6 star, but the chances of you getting a 5 or 6 star artifact are pretty much slim to none. And then in story mode, I mean, you really don't even seem to get them. I've been playing story mode every day. I haven't got one yet. I haven't got one artifact yet from this. And the amount of time that it takes to play all this story mode, the amount of time that it takes to play timeline survival is just ridiculous. I mean, you spend an insane amount of time playing these game modes, and it's just, I don't know, it just feels so time consuming that it feels like a chore. Like, you know, it just, and the thing is, you can cheeseball timeline survival. You can just bring in Doctor Strange and cheeseball every one of these freaking stages. It's honestly pretty easy. Like, even if you don't have the strongest card sets, the strongest roster, you probably could still do pretty good, especially if you have Doctor Strange. So to me, it's better than what it was, but it's just right? It's just it's okay. And I'm not trying to, you know, put sour apples on any of this or anything. There's things about this I really like. I see the potential for the artifact system. I see the potential for timeline survival, but I just feel it's lacking a little bit. You know, playing this thing all day, like seriously, man, I could play this thing for a couple hours a day, just timeline survival. You know, it's just ridiculous. And then you're trying to play story mission. You got to do ABX. You got to do world boss. All these things. I mean, it just takes a lot of time. And maybe it's just me, but because, you know, I play, you know, 6 different accounts, you know, of games, which means, you know, I play a lot of game action. I just don't have the time to sit here and play this thing for hours and hours a day. I mean, I play it and I try to come in here and I try to use my temporal energy. I try to keep up with it. But that's the other thing, right? You know, you use your temporal energy, it runs out, and it's going to come back, you know, within a short time. But you're just, once you use your temporal energy, you're just kind of logging in, logging out, logging in, logging out throughout the day. And I just find it annoying, right? You know, I really prefer to where you can just do one and dones and then just play it like World Boss, where you can just do it one and done. And then and if you want, you can just play it later on and play it as many times as you want, right? Do it at your own leisure. Whereas timeline survival, I feel like you're just kind of being forced to do it. And that's what makes it feel like a chore. That's something I don't like about it. I mean, the update really hasn't changed a whole lot of anything for anybody except for ABX. Whoops, didn't mean click on that. Right? That's pretty much what has changed. It's just ABX for the most part. Maybe a little bit of PvP. I mean, obviously, if you get that artifact for Wolverine, it's going to make him an unkillable god. But again, the chance of you getting that thing, I mean, it's just a shame to me that you have to spend so many resources to level that uniform up, to get that character leveled up, and then you got to play this RNG crapshoot to try to get that artifact. And it's a terrific artifact for PvP, but it's just, I mean, come on, man. They should have something in there to where you're actually guaranteed an artifact after so many pulls, a pity system like what they did with the CTPs. That's what they should do. I mean, it's very free to play. The other thing, by the way, about that is the fact that the gold, I mean, it's free to play, right? But, and it's good that we can spend gold, but let's be honest, man, free to play players are not going to be spending 1,250,000 gold. And by the way, just a little bit of a complaint. I seem to be getting better artifacts out of the 100,000 and 250,000, which is wacky. Like I seem to have more luck. Like I was getting 2-star today out of those, whereas in the 750,000 and the 1.2 million, I was getting 1-star. It just seems awful strange that you spend more gold and it seems like your chances are worse. But I mean, let me know how you're all feeling about the update. I mean, I really do feel it's kind of bland and kind of meh. Like it really didn't change much of anything. And I think, you know, something that would have helped is that they would have done a pity system for the artifacts, like where you have to work towards getting so many fragments or something to where you can actually get a guaranteed artifact. You don't know which one, but you're going to get a guaranteed artifact no matter what. And I just wish they would have bumped up the damage a little bit for Wolverine and Hyperion. I'm pretty happy with Captain America, honestly. I mean, it's a well-balanced uniform. I'm actually really happy with it. I mean, that damn thing's pretty damn strong. You know, plus you can take advantage of leadership. So if you have White Fox, he's going to get some massive buffs. But Wolverine doesn't have that. Hyperion does, actually. But again, I just feel like Hyperion and Wolverine, as far as damage output, I just feel like they're not on the level that they should be. I feel like it's just wacky as hell that an Epic Quest character and a semi-paywall character are worse in PvE than a free-to-play character. So I mean, for all the free-to-play characters, for all the free-to-play players, they're loving it. They're like, hell yeah, Captain America, and I'm loving it too. I think it's awesome. But it's pretty crappy that characters that actually should be stronger aren't, at least in PvE. So let me know how you're all feeling about this entire update. And I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. GMT plus 7 time. The link is in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See ya.